Okay, hey everybody. So yesterday I caught wind of this news story saying that there's a movie releasing called Baphomet, and that, like, what a day for it to be in the news the day after the Super Bowl when you had Tom Brady, the GOAT, win it all, right? And we've been making comparisons, and a lot of comparisons between Brady and the GOAT and Baphomet, like in it being Super Bowl 55 and what 55 means. Satan and God equal 55. But just taking a look at this movie and comparing it to who they were talking about starring in the movie, his name is Danny Filth, and apparently he's the lead singer, for Cradle of Filth. I don't know, I don't listen to any of this. You can tell he's a pretty creepy dude himself, but I don't know if this is the cover or just a picture of him. I don't know if what he's going to be starred as in the movie, but I want to point out the movie date of what it's going to be released on March 12th. And that's really fitting because in Satanic Gematria, the word Satanic equals 312, and even the band that he plays for equals 312. So, I mean, you have that definitely stands out. And then here he is, his birthday, if you take a look at it, is July 25th. And from the movie release date to his upcoming birthday, it'll be a span of 136 days, which again makes sense because Baphomet equals 136, and that's the name of the movie. And another thing to remember is like 136, 16th triangular number. And whenever you write out GOAT, which I didn't include, GOAT equals 16 to go along with that 136 and it being the triangular number. So, I mean, really interesting alignment with him and, just pretty sick stuff. But then I just wanted to go on a little further. If you went the other way from his birthday last year to the release date, it's exactly 230 days difference, and the word Satan in Satanic Gematria equals 230. So perfect again there. But then I wanted to point out his real full name, Daniel Lloyd Davey, and the overlap with the the Church of Satan. Look at that, perfect out of all ciphers there, even in the Satanic ciphers. So, I mean, what does that tell you there? Like, maybe that's just why he is the way he is, or how they portray his character, and who knows. But, I mean, that's definitely a strong relationship. And again, I'm going to relate this too with like Tom Brady and how Tampa Bay Buccaneers have that 170, like the Church of Satan, And a little bit further, the release date of the movie, again being March 12th, is the 71st day of the year, like the Church of Satan and Daniel Lloyd Davey for that 71. And then I want to go and talk a little bit about the Church of Satan itself and Anton LaVey, the guy who's known for being the author of the Satanic Bible. So just looking at him, he even has that 71 connection with his first name, even though that's not even his real name. So maybe that's why he took that name, Anton. And just taking a look at his Gematria and Satanic and in reverse Satanic, I thought it was interesting that the name of his so-called, I guess you would say, religion that he came up with is called LaVeyan Satanism, which equals 701. And obviously that's full of satanic rituals, and satanic rituals equals 701. So again, in Gematria, dropping that 0, that's like saying 71, just to go, really fitting with the Church of Satan. And taking a look at the day that he was born, or not born, the day that the church was established was on April 30th, 1966. Emphasize that 66 there. But April 30th is the 120th day of the year, and Satanism equals 120, and it was established in San Francisco. And San Francisco has a connection with that 122, like Satanist, occultist, satanic, all 122. And if you notice Anton's birthday, April 11th, I'm going to just kind of talk about like the day he died. From his birthday to the day he died in 1997, it was 201 days after his birthday, so really popular number there. And again, it just reminds how Tom Brady just threw for 201 yards in the Super Bowl. And even if you take the anniversary date of his death, Anton died on October 29, 1997, but if you take it from last year's 2020 to the Super Bowl date this year, it was exactly 101 days away difference. And we just concluded the 101st NFL season. And again, like how you can take a look at his birthday, April 11th, and April 11th is the 101st day of the year. So just seeing all those 101 connections with Anton LaVey and, you know, the NFL season and it aligning perfectly by the numbers, I mean, that definitely stands out. And you'll notice that he died at the age of 67 right here. Died at age 67. And the word satanic equals 67. And what's kind of interesting too, I noticed that, you know, he died in the year 1997. And when you run the properties of 1997, prime number is 302. And the day he died, October 29th, was the 302nd day of the year. So I found that, you know, like, wow, right? And, you know, also the day that left 63 days left in the year, and demonic equals 63. And, you know, there's ways of looking at that 63 to me. It just makes me think like 6 times 6, like whatever, that 3. But anyways, but that 302 and 1997 seem to be really fitting there. And again, how he died in 97, Satanic Bible equals 97 and 43. That 43 caught my attention because of how Tom Brady's that perfect age of 43. And football equals 43. GOAT 43, champion 43, Florida. He plays for Tampa, Florida, and the Super Bowl was in Florida. And he's always going to go down as an NFL legend for another 43. Even the word champion has that 201 Gematria in it, for kind of going back to those 201s we talked about. And I was kind of just looking and observing from, you know, Tom Brady's birthday to the release date of the movie Baphomet. It's 221 days after his birthday, and when you write out the greatest of all time, it equals 221. GOAT, you know, greatest of all time. And obviously everyone's been pointing this one out, but I mean, it's just to show, like, this stuff is facts, like why they're doing it this way. The greatest of all time also equals 319, like the Super Bowl score. Tampa wins 31-9. And so, yeah, just really interesting. And the 221 just kind of reminds of the year 2021, dropping the 0. And I noticed that Ben had pointed out this stat. I just threw it in here. I was going to talk more about it, but I got to get to work. But it was interesting that Tom Brady, picked up his 201st career win against the Rams in 2016. And the Rams kind of just stood out because the Ram is kind of similar to the GOAT, you know. And if you looked at Anton LaVey, his birthday, April 11th, that makes him a Ram, like his zodiac sign is Ram. So I thought that was interesting, you know, with that 201 and just everything that has to kind of align with the two of them. But just moving on a little further, yeah, we know that Satan equals 55 and God equals 55, and both equal 10. And Tom Brady just was in his 10th Super Bowl appearance in Super Bowl 55, and he stayed on a career of 80 losses. I believe it's his career losses or regular season. I'd have to look at that. And then also noticing that the abbreviation of Church of Satan, COS, equals 10. So some more there. Also notice Satan equals 35, like Tom Brady and Baphomet in the same cipher equal 35. And then here, of course, he won the Lombardi Trophy, which in Satanic equals 666. So, I mean, it all just seemed way, pointing to one theme, right? And then, of course, we had The Weeknd, who had a birthday, or his birthday is on February 16th, a date like 2/16, and that's when you take 6 times 6 times 6, that equals 216, for him to be, well, fitting right in. And then just to end it kind of here, just some notes I kind of was looking at between, the guy who was starring in the Baphomet. He's 47 years old, and if you did the math, Tom Brady was born 47 years after Anton LaVey, and he was born, Danny Filth here was born in 1973, a lot like how Tom Brady is now 7-3 in Super Bowls, and Anton LaVey's full name equals 73, and the word Satanic equals 367, which is the 73rd prime number. So, I mean, this all seems pretty interesting. And for another 47, I guess, February 16th, the date of The Weeknd's birthday, is also the 47th day of the year, to add with those 47 connections. But I mean, I'm sure there's so much you can untie and continue on finding with all this. But I mean, what is the coincidence of all this even having any relationship to do with the Super Bowl? And because everyone was already talking about how it has to be something to do with Satan. And so, anyways, I thought I'd just share with you what all I found. But definitely this movie being released in ties of his birthday alignment, too perfect, on the perfect day, March 12th. So, alright, we'll leave it there. See ya.